Welcome to It's Natural. Patty here. Hello everyone. We're going to talk about how to prevent the flu. Now, I did a live video a couple weeks back in regards to how to prevent the flu. I ended up deleting it. I was just rambling, so I was like, you know what, let's redo it. So it is the season for the flu, and how can we prevent the flu naturally? There's quite a bit of different ways we can, and I'm just going to go over things that worked for me, and how I've stayed healthy through the flu season. And so there's certain foods that you can eat that are antiviral and antibacterial. And if I look over here, I'm have my computer over here, so I'm just looking at my notes so I don't forget anything and I stay on track. All right, so there's certain foods that you can take orally. Ginger is good. Grated ginger you can put on your food. Garlic, minced garlic, oregano, parsley, cilantro. Now with the oregano, you can use it either fresh, dry, or use the oil. You can use essential oil. I will put a link below to my Young Living page if you decide that you'd like to get some essential oil for the oregano. I personally do the dry oregano. I put it on everything. And also, you can eat nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast boosts your immune system. I use only a teaspoon. Remember, less is more. And I also use the oregano, dried oregano spice. I put about a teaspoon on everything that I eat. So about 3 times a day. Depending upon how I feel, I only do 1 teaspoon of the nutritional yeast a day. Sometimes I do more, sometimes I do less. So it just depends on how I'm feeling. If I feel like I need a little bit of boost in my immune system. But this really strengthens your immune system, and it has helped me tremendously. And theirs is what's called star anise. Star anise has what's called, probably gonna butcher this name of this, but it's shikimic acid. And if you don't know what that is, it's an acid found in star anise. You can find star anise in any health food store, in the spice section. And they look like little stars. So I'm gonna open one up here so you can see it. Now with that acid, the shikimic acid, it prevents the flu. It actually combats the flu and is actually found in Tamiflu. This is one of their main ingredients. So you can either, it looks like a star, like that. Isn't that cool? In the back here, it looks pretty cool. Get it up close enough for you. So what can you do with these? You can ground them up and put them in your food, or you can make tea. Now remember, less is more. Everybody's different, so you're going to have to see what works for your body and what doesn't. So just be very cautious on when you're trying a new herb that you haven't tried before, or a new spice. See how your body reacts. Don't mix it up with a lot of other things, because then you won't know what your body's reacting to. My body is extremely, extremely sensitive. And so my body will react to something immediately. And when I say immediately, as soon as I put it in my mouth, I'll start breaking out in sometimes hives, or my face will itch, or my stomach will hurt. It's immediate. And sometimes it's not. It just depends on how my body is reacting to the different chemical compounds that are in whatever that I'm eating. And so we want to make sure that we're washing our hands and not touching our face a lot. And what I did when I was in the hospital last year is I didn't have the oregano, I didn't have the nutritional yeast. I did wear a face mask because I was in the hospital. But what I did have was coconut oil. And I constantly would wash my hands, and then I would coat my hands with coconut oil, and coconut oil is an antibacterial and bacterial and antiviral. And so that gave me added defense. So if that bug would try to come around, then I could beat it. So what else? Now, like I said, also how I prevent the flu. For me personally, I take the nutritional yeast. You can find this in any health food store. I don't think like your name brand or high chain grocery stores like Kroger's, or I have never seen it at Walmart's. Now this is, what brand is this? This is Bob's Red Mill. So any health food store has this. Now I was reading that, I can't recall, there's a certain kind that I wanted to try, and I can't off the top of my head remember what it was, but I'll do a video on that. There's differences between nutritional yeast, and off the top of my head I can't remember. So if you know what it is, go ahead and put a comment below. That'd be wonderful. And so this is actually good for protein also, a vegan protein, because it has 8 grams of protein per 1/4 of a cup. So, you know, when you're putting this on your food, you're getting the nutrition out of the it's deactivated yeast. It's not active yeast. And that's one of the things that I was concerned and didn't want to try it, because since I may have been having some problems with my stomach, I was like, you know what? I don't want to cause any more and add yeast on top of that. So I did not want to do that at all. But this is a good source also of protein. Not a plant-based protein, but a protein that is not a meat protein. Okay, and so when I was in the hospital last year, I took airborne gummies. Now there was a reason why I stopped taking them. There was an ingredient in there that I wanted to shy away from. I will put it in the comments below on what it was. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. But it did help me while I was in the hospital, and I didn't get the flu. And even one of my aides ended up getting the flu, and she had the flu shot, ended up getting the flu. And I was really concerned that she was so close to me, and I had a compromised immune system last year, and my immune system is getting stronger and stronger every day. But last year, I was more, I had a higher level of a chance of getting the flu because my immune system was very low. So the airborne gummies did help me. It runs like $42, and this is no plug or anything, because I don't take it anymore because there's an ingredient in there. I don't know if you are very cautious of the ingredients that you put in your body. I'll put the reason why I stopped taking it, but it did help. It had echinacea in it, it had some herbs in it, it had vitamin C, and I would have to admit it did help me while I was in the hospital. A bottle cost around $42. You can get it at Walmart, but it only lasts for 2 weeks because they suggest that you take 3 gummies. And for my body frame, you know, probably 3 was a little bit too much. But also I was taking, before I went into the hospital, I was taking Emergency once a day. Emergency has those little packets, and I ended up stopping taking that because there was something artificial in it that I did not want to take. And I'll have to put the reason below too, so you guys can keep an eye out. And actually, I might just end up doing a video on it, and the reason why I don't take those. And I've just totally totally just take the nutritional yeast and found more benefits from that, and have cut out tons of these supplements that I was taking. So I also take, I totally forgot, I also take frankincense. I take frankincense essential oil, 2 drops a day underneath my tongue, and that is an antiviral, antibacterial. It's also said to combat cancer, and I do that daily. It also helps with bacteria in your mouth if you have any of that. And so yeah, that is how I prevent the flu. And again, you can get minced garlic, you can get minced even horseradish. Horseradish is very, very good too. And so even when I was in the hospital, I started getting horseradish. Horseradish, like mayonnaise or something. It was made of horseradish. And so I would put that on my sandwiches and or dip it into my French fries. And so horseradish is very, very good, antiviral and antibacterial. And I have a video for how to make an antibiotic for garlic, but I also have, I will do another one. I'm not sure if I have posted it or not. No, I don't think I did. I make another antibiotic with horseradish, onions, and I'll do a video on that too, on how to do a tincture. It has to sit for about 6 weeks. If you're in a hurry and you need it immediately, you can use it in a blender. And I will put the antibiotic, it's a 2-part for, I'll put it up here somewhere, or over here. The link to the, I can't even think, the garlic one. But you can put it, you know, it can be minced. So those are help you prevent the flu. So again, it's garlic, horseradish, ginger, oregano, parsley, cilantro. You can put on any of your food on a daily. You can take echinacea tea on a daily basis, or even an echinacea tincture. And I'll probably do a video on that. So I'm going to be starting to do more videos. So make sure you are subscribed, like, share, and I will talk to you soon.